So a friend of mine sent me an idea for a steak sandwich that he claims is a pretty dang good way to do a steak sandwich. He sent me an ingredients list. If you know me, you know I don't tend to use recipes as far as like for quantities and things like that, but I do have an ingredients list here. Basically, we're going to grill some steaks, got some buns, we're going to do some grilled onions, some green onions, some grilled mushrooms, and then we're going to make a sauce. So he sent me the list of ingredients for the sauce. We're going to mix all that in. It's going to be kind of a spicy mustard based sauce, and then it'll go on the bun with the steak, and then we'll throw some Munster cheese on there as well, get all that melted. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. This should be, based off everything that he sent, looks like it's going to be a pretty good sandwich. So we're going to get the steaks on the grill here, and then we're going to get the sauce mixed up and see how it goes. So he specifically said don't use a fatty steak like a ribeye, so of course I grabbed the ribeyes. We'll trim some fat off of it and make sure that the meat that goes on the sandwich is relatively lean. But we're going to get some of this out of the way here and get some ingredients set out here for mixing up this sauce. Got the grill heating up right now. Actually, let me start with getting some salt on these steaks and let them salt while we're getting other stuff prepped. So we're going to grill the onions and mushrooms, and these will go, well, the onions will go on the sandwiches, the mushrooms will dice them up and put them into the sauce. Grilling them first just to get a little flavor on them. Oh, they're already smelling so good. So we're kind of learning as we go here. We're going to start with the mustard, the half and half, the Worcestershire sauce, and then we'll start adding some spices to taste as we go and go from there. So here's some stone ground mustard, Dijon mustard, go about 50-50 on those, some Worcestershire sauce, and we'll do some half and half. So we've got some ghost pepper sauce. Let's put a few drops of this in there. The bottle will cooperate with me here. Oh, that's a little more than a few drops, but I guess we're making it hot today. So for seasonings, we got some chili powder. We've got some red pepper flakes. We've got some paprika and the good old-fashioned salt and pepper. So let's start with the chili powder here. Did not have cayenne, so we're substituting chili powder. I think we put enough hot sauce in there to make up for the cayenne. The chili pepper's got a little bite to it, as do the red pepper flakes, so I don't think getting spicy is going to be a challenge here. And then paprika. And do a little bit of salt to start. And then we're at, we've got salt on the steaks, we've got salt on the onions. So probably don't want to make the sauce too salty, just enough to bring out the other flavors that we're putting into it. So we've got our sauce with the diced mushrooms in there. We've got our steaks. Let's head over to the grill and get these on. There's two ways to do a sandwich with a roll. Either you do the clamshell where you leave the back attached, or you cut it all the way open. I like the clamshell, it just helps the sandwich stay a little bit closer together. So I'm going to do it that way. Lightly drizzle some olive oil. I'm getting a paper towel handy. I've got a feeling this is not going to be a clean sandwich, which is a good thing. Yeah, look at that. The bread to meat to other ingredients, the ratio is perfect. Nothing worse than opening up a sandwich and having like 50% bread. So this is a perfect cross section of a sandwich. Visually looks awesome. Let's bite into it. That's good. Well, that was a dang good sandwich. I think there's a few things that make a sandwich really good, which this one nails. One, it starts with the bun. Nothing worse than having a cold, dry bun. So having a seasoned bun with some olive oil and then toasting it, that makes that first bite, give it a little bit of crunch in the bun. There was the perfect amount of steak in there, and the grilled steak, you could taste that it was grilled steak and not just like a roast beef. It was perfect. The sauce, I think, is really the star of the show here, because that's probably the most unique thing, thing that's most different about this sandwich. You could taste the mustard right away, almost had a horseradish flavor using that Dijon mustard, and then the peppers kicked in after a couple of seconds, so it left the nice warm flavor. The green onions and the grilled onions gave it a nice balance of crunch, with the grilled onion giving it some filler, and a lot of flavor that added to everything. So with this sandwich, you could definitely taste everything that was going on, and you tasted one thing after the other, and then towards the end of each bite you took, got sort of a combination of all those flavors. So yeah, all in all, a really good sandwich. Couple things that you might experiment with this would be different types of steak. You could do a thicker cut versus thinner cut. The cheese is one variable that could make a big difference one way or the other. We use Munster cheese today, which doesn't have a ton of flavor, but it melts really nice. And I think that with the sauce gave the sandwich actually a creamy texture as well, which is weird to think about on a sandwich, but actually when you taste it, it's really good. So a very easy to eat sandwich, tasted amazing. I could see, being full after eating one of these pretty easily. There's a lot of food that went into this sandwich, and I think all these ingredients are chosen really well to combine really well and make for an overall good experience. So as far as this steak sandwich recipe idea goes, I would definitely give it a thumbs up, and I would definitely do it again. I'm Kyle. Thanks for watching.